Hi everyone, it's me, Amy, and I am Tyler's mom. Tyler just turned 14 yesterday. It was his birthday, and his diagnoses are Down syndrome, autism, and oppositional defiant disorder. Oh, and let me add puberty into all of that too. So, some things that I wanted to discuss a little bit is how stress is overwhelming our family. Not only me as the mother, it's also affecting my husband, his dad, and unfortunately, it's even affecting his siblings. Tyler's got a 17-year-old sister and an 11-year-old brother, and both of them are really having some issues themselves. Ashley, she's an outgoing, amazing person. She's kind of set in her ways, and she's a breath of fresh air, no doubt. But she's affected a little bit of Tyler too because of the demands and the time that is taking away from her, that our son demands of us, and trying to juggle all of that is really, really hard. Also having kind of the same issue with our son, who's 11. His name is Drew, and he is actually really struggling socially in a way. Drew's about the same height as Tyler. He's actually a little taller now, but he's smaller than Tyler, weight-wise. And when Tyler's aggressive and everything, Drew, he leaves the room, and he goes into his room, and it bothers him, you know. I don't know who it wouldn't bother, but Tyler can be really destructive, flipping tables, throwing things. A couple weeks ago, we had to replace a 55-inch screen TV because he broke that. So, the demands of keeping things and everything, nice things, is really hard. I know my daughter complains about that too. She can't have anything nice because it gets broken, but we've kind of got it to where we kind of keep Tyler out of her room, kind of like you can't go in there, and as well as Drew, that's their space so that they can get away. But anyway, it's just really challenging, really hard sometimes. Well, most of the time. We're exhausted, we're overwhelmed. I don't have a caretaker at this time, an aide. My husband actually had gotten a better job that paid better. I don't necessarily think it was a better job, but it just paid better. But anyway, because his wages increased, we lost Medicaid for our son. Now, since then, my husband went back to his original job because he just really enjoyed what he did before. And I actually am no longer working because without a caregiver and aide, I could no longer work. Someone had to be there to get Tyler off the bus, and I didn't want to leave that responsibility to my 17-year-old daughter either. It's not her place to have to take care of her brother. So anyway, I stay home now again. I'm kind of like one of these people who love to stay busy, so it's really hard for me to not have a job. But anyway, we ended up getting Tyler back on Medicaid again from Missouri, and now we're on the search for an aide, which is not easy. Trying to find someone that can help you with him and be able to do the things that needs to be done in the right way and understand what Tyler needs and wants are is very challenging. Which then leads me to my next thing that we were wanting to discuss in this video is we are a very God-fearing Christian home. We love God. We know that He gives us all the blessings that we can have and everything. And unfortunately, though, we used to go to church fairly often when Tyler was smaller, and we can handle that and everything too. But as Tyler started becoming more aggressive and stuff, he would try to kick pews over, hollering, making disturbing noises, stuff like that. And at the time, we were going to a smaller school, a smaller church. And then it was getting to the point where we were having to be pulled out of Sunday school class just so we could handle him, because there was nobody actually there that would be able to handle him. So eventually we just quit going. We weren't able to participate in church Sunday school class, so we just stopped going. We then moved to another town, and we came across a church that we thought we would try out. Apparently there was other children there with special needs. So I thought, oh, that might work out really good. Tyler really enjoyed the song service and everything like that, but he was still such a handful. And it's not necessarily, in our case, it wasn't necessarily whether or not the church could help us, like the people in the church. I think it was more of the embarrassment that we had. That's a big thing. If your child's being disruptive, I mean, all eyes go on you because your child's making the scene. And not everybody understands. And that's some of the reason why my son, my 11-year-old, my youngest, is having issues. He doesn't like that attention that his brother brings. He is a quiet person who just doesn't like a lot of attention. So, unfortunately, that perspective put us to where we stopped attending that church too. Since then, Tyler's behaviors have just gotten worse and worse, and we actually don't even go to church anymore. Something we would like to do. Our kids ask us about it. Drew and Ashley talk about wanting to be closer to God and stuff, and they feel more closer to God when we go to church. And so it's definitely something that's needed to have someone. So our next step that we want to do is, once we get a caretaker again, and hopefully a good caretaker, we want to have them either watch Tyler while we go to church or invite them along with us so that they can intervene with Tyler, and that we can still enjoy going to church together as a family. All we can do is pray about it. I try to do the best that I can with research and what I can do to help with all that, but sometimes it's just not easy. But anyway, this video is about 7 minutes. I'm hearing my husband being called because Tyler's in there doing something he shouldn't be doing. So we've already dealt with 2 meltdowns this morning, so I'm going to go check it out and see what's going on. Alright, thank you, and thank you for watching my video, and hopefully I can post again soon. Thanks, bye.